One of the saddest things that I see agents doing is absolutely losing at the negotiations table with a brand new client that they're trying to get under contract. What's up, my friend? It's Coach Courtney here with Real Estate Growth Solutions. And I want to give you a script that's going to enable you to maintain your commission. Now, to give you a bit of a backstory, on my team, the Atkinson team, we've sold over 5,000 properties here. And we have a standard of commission that's higher than what's typically charged in our market. We offer a premium service, we charge a premium commission. We charge 7% on the first 100,000, 4% on the remainder, and that's generally a percent higher than anybody else in our markets. And so that allows us to keep an extra percent on our listings to do more work and provide better marketing and to be able to hire better agents to do the work as well. So I want to tell you how we do that and how new agents on our team are able to accomplish that with our training. And it's one simple script. So the client's going to ask you, well, I've interviewed, some other agents and, they're willing to negotiate on their commission. So what would you do? So your response to that question should be something along the lines of this. You know what? I love a skill testing question like that. And I'm sure you've asked each agent, and it's a great way to evaluate somebody's negotiating ability because you know that if a person's unable to negotiate their own commission, surely they're unable to also negotiate for you on the sale of your most valuable asset when there's nobody around looking. So I can see that you're looking for someone who's capable of negotiating not only for themselves, but for their clients. And for that purpose, I respect you for answering the question, but I want you to know that for me to be able to provide the level of service that I've talked to you about today, the commission is going to be $7 and $4 and $4.95. We charge a transaction fee as well. How does that sound to you? And they may say, well, I'm not too sure. Maybe there's another objection. So here's another one for you. Okay, cool. Well, tell me about this. What are some things that you see the other agents doing that we're not doing? Generally speaking, they're not going to say too much. Or maybe there's an open house or something. Say, okay, is there anything else? Tell me this. Conversely, do you see some of the things that we do differently, that we offer more value about, and even with respect to this negotiation? Well, yeah, they will. And would you agree that that's worth more than some of these other agents might be charging? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, there we have it. So we're settled at 7-4 then. So that tends to work really well. Another one that you can use if you get really stuck is to say this. Let me ask you this question. You have a job, right? What kind of work do you do? Okay, so let me ask you this. One day you go to work and in the morning, your boss says, hey, listen, you want to negotiate your wage today? And you would say, well, no, why? He said, because, I just like to save money. I said, well, yeah, I can respect the fact that you would like to save money, but, I don't want to get paid less for doing the same amount of work. I would say the same thing to you. I'm going to do the same amount of work for you, and I can't be disincentivized or risk losing money because I'm charging you too little to be able to make my system and my business run. I want to be able to provide you with the kind of service that I've told you that I'll provide, and I need to be able to predict that I've got the budget in place to be able to do that work. And then maybe if things go well, there's a little bit of money left over, and I too can take my kids on a holiday this summer just like you're going to do. How does that sound? So why don't we get started? So I wanted to share that with you because I know it's challenging, and I know that you get in the hot seat, and one of the things that most agents will start doing at a time like that is just talking their face off, and they'll get defensive, and they'll start justifying and explaining away. And listen, it's the worst possible thing. You need to be able to get on your toes, be proactive, and show these people that you're comfortable negotiating. And so if you haven't already, get in the habit of practicing that script, managing those 3 objections, because that's all you're ever going to get. Listen, I've done this probably over 1,000 times personally in my team, another 4,000 times on top of that. The number of times where I've seen anybody get to 3 objections to that commission conversation, it's a handful of times at most, okay? If you can get 2 good ones in that'll work well for you, just push that paperwork across the table and get them to sign on the line that is dotted, okay? So good luck with that. If you have any questions, just go ahead, comment below, let me know, and I'll hit you back, okay? Take good care.